It took me a while to think of the word that I wanted for 2025. And I couldn't think of one. And then the other day it kind of hit me. I think the word that I want to be my word for 2025 is the word present. Not like a gift. I feel like when you are present, so many things come from that. Like when you are present, you are more grounded. When you are present, you can have better connection with people. When you are present, you are peaceful. When you are present, you can enjoy the moment. Yeah, I really liked that word. So yeah, comment below your word for the year. There is just something about the idea of having a blank page or a blank canvas that represents your life, and you can get inspired, rediscover yourself, check in with yourself on your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, and really kind of just reground yourself with what your goal is in life. Basically my old wise age now, even though 30 really isn't that old, but I'm gonna share some of the things that I've learned that have helped me be productive, some things that I'm gonna be focusing on going into 2025. I love this shit, okay? I love it. And I love watching other people's videos. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And like this video, let me know what other stuff you wanna see in 2025. I have so many ideas for this channel, and it makes me so happy. I feel like I've fallen in love with content creation again, in a different way, for the main channel. You get it. I noticed looking back at my years, what years some would deem successful, what years I made good money, what years I accomplished a lot of things, all had something in common. And the years I didn't do this, I swear those years were they were good, but they weren't amazing, okay? In the traditional success, career driven, whatever. And that is writing down physically your dreams and your goals and just what you're working on, your craft, whatever it is, okay? I am not kidding. The times I'm actually writing down outlines for things or my goals for the week, to-do lists, etc., whatever, I actually get so much stuff done. I'm so productive, okay? And then I was watching this YouTube video about productivity, and I thought this was literally insane, okay? And this is not just some random thing I saw on TikTok, okay? Listen, there was this study done that showed if you physically write things down, you are 42% more likely to actually get those things done. Talk about a life hack, okay? Even just playing devil's advocate here, even if you do not believe that, okay, why not take the 5 minutes out of your day for a 42% more chance that it'll happen? Just write it down. It's actually really fun to see what comes true about vision boards. That's the fun part of it all. A lot of these things came true. We don't have to talk about all of them, but I feel like there's one specifically that I think is kind of crazy. Things that actually happened on my 2024 vision board. I did in fact go on a ski trip and go snowboarding. I also did in fact go on more dates. I did buy one of my dream purses, but the crazy one I wanted to talk about is the fact that I quite literally put I wanted to meet Beyonce on my vision board. I wanted to meet Beyonce on my vision board. I knew this was crazy. I knew this was so unlikely, and I remember Remy being like, no, put it on your vision board. You never know. Literally what? And on top of it, Blue Ivy herself told me she likes my videos. The way that whole experience was so unbelievably crazy. The way I instantly thought about the fact that I put it on my vision board, I was like, that is crazy. That's actually crazy. And let's be real, a lot of things I wanted to happen didn't happen, So it's not necessarily if you put something down, it's gonna happen. I don't believe in that. But what I do think is interesting is I think a lot of times we as humans are in denial. I feel like normally denial is associated with negative things, but it can also kind of be positive things too. I think there's a lot of times we hold ourselves back because we're too scared of our dreams or too scared of our goals. So the act of physically cutting out what you want and putting it on a board, or physically writing it down and putting it on a piece of paper, I think half the battle is being real with yourself with what you want to happen in life. And obviously the reason why we do this is because we don't want to try and fail. We would rather not try and fail from not trying, because then it's oh, well, I didn't really try my hardest, or oh, I didn't want it hard enough. It was my decision. We like feeling like we're in control. Again, I don't think this is magic. I don't think whatever you cut out is gonna happen, but I do think it makes you very aware of what you want in life. Fear holds us back so much, whether it's the fear of rejection. Maybe you, again, want that raise, but you're scared to put it on your board. You're scared to write it down, because if it doesn't come true, then you failed, which is not the case at all. That's why I'm so big on this stuff. Again, whether it's if you cut out photos, whether it's you just write it down in a list. Your dreams and your goals can't happen if you don't know what you're going towards. You have to have vision in what your goals are. This is my notebook for 2025. I got it off of Amazon. Honestly, use whatever you want. Do a bullet journal, do lined paper. I don't care. Like, I really don't care. It's up to you. I wanted to customize it to how I know I use notebooks, okay? One, I like it relatively small so I can throw it in my bag. It's not a huge binder or something like that. One thing I did do different this year was, instead of making a vision board like on a canvas or something to hang on the wall, I decided to put it in the front of my notebook. This is my vision journal. And I just love the idea of being able to see it more regularly, like throughout my year, versus just on a canvas that you're gonna end up putting in your closet and forgetting about. Knowing me, I'm so visual. I was like, I think I'm really gonna like this, and already like I'm obsessed. Some of it's just aesthetic things that I like. Other things are goals and dreams that I have. Like, for instance, here I have Coach purses. I was like, that's a dream brand I would love to work with. The quote in the middle says, an artist's ability to stay curious is so important. You can do anything as long as you have the courage to say yes. And I loved that, because I feel like, especially with anything creative or in the arts or content creation, like, it can become such a machine, and the best content is when you're genuinely excited about it. I feel like this was just a good reminder that you have to live your life first before monetizing off of your life. In this corner, I also have this little bow. It was meant to represent the fact that my best friend Remy is getting married this year, and we have so much planning to do, and just the exciting things that kind of come with that. There's a few different things for like fashion and stuff, which that's to represent one of my goals for, I really want to learn how to sew this year. I've been posting a little bit, and I'm literally such a beginner. I took one course when I was in middle school for like 6 weeks. It did not, like, I couldn't tell you anything. That's something I've wanted to do for years, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just start learning. Let's have new hobbies. So far it's going okay. Full video coming soon. We also have a King of Hearts, because I really want to start dating this year and hopefully find the king to my heart. That was cheesy. You get what I mean, okay? One of my dream destinations is to go to Switzerland, and it was really funny because Remy also put that on her vision board this year, and we didn't talk about it. And then I was like, is it a coincidence that I put podcast right over that? Maybe her and I will go to Switzerland. You may have also noticed I have a huge PA right here, and I really want to figure out this year a way to either bring Parallel back. That was my clothing brand that I had. Do something with it. I'm not saying like this year we would launch anything, but I'm like, I would love this year to figure out what to do with that, whether that's selling it, finding an investor, or I don't know. The desire's there. There's some sheet music here because I also want to get better at playing piano. I also loved the word embrace. Just embrace everything, whatever this year has to offer me. Embrace dating, embrace friendships, embrace traveling, embrace being present. Like, embrace every single thing about this year. Your dreams and goals can be out of this world, but make the steps to get there very, very tangible. I heard this years ago, I forget where I did, but it actually has changed my life when it comes to goal setting and just being productive. Let's say your goal this year is to double your income, okay? Something that's like, ooh, this is gonna be a lot of work, but instead of just sitting around waiting for it to fall in your lap and happen, realistically, you're gonna have to do steps. As your main goal, have double your income, but then under that, make a mini goal. Maybe it's like, I'm gonna make an extra $500 a month. I'm gonna make an extra $1,000 a month, okay? And then under that, come up with like 3 or 5 different like realistic actions that you can do to make that $1,000 a month. So instead of your main goal being, I'm gonna double my income, because that feels like a huge mountain that's just impossible to make happen. Even if one of those action steps is to not eat out as much during the month, like that's something every week you can be like, okay, I'm not gonna do this. It's like, it's something you can work towards. I can easily get ADHD paralysis. Like, I will sit and know I have to clean the entire house, and I'll just sit because I am frozen. Like, it's just so hard for me to get started. And I feel like a lot of people are like that. And what helps is, instead of focusing on cleaning the entire house, is focusing on, okay, what are 5 things I can pick up right now? What are 3 tasks I can do in the next hour? Just learn what works for you. There's so many things in this video I'm sure not everyone's gonna like, but that's just stuff that's worked for me, and knowing how I can be and like using my procrastination to my advantage. Oh my God, also something that like blew my mind. We had a guest on Pretty Basic recently. Her name is Mimi, and I'll link the whole episode for you guys in the description, but she blew my mind because she is very into like self-love, self-improvement, self-empowerment, how to be the best you possible, like all of that stuff. So if you like that, go listen. It's honestly such a good episode. But one thing she said that was like the gem of the gem in the entire episode was, the way to measure success is not by how much money you make. It's not by how much you get done in a day. It's actually your bounce back rate. It's how quick you can get back on track to your goals. And obviously this is like huge in the sports world. You know, if you mess up one free throw, you're not gonna let it ruin the rest of the game for you. You know, you need to be able to basically shake it off and get back get back and do your job. All right, the next page is something I've wanted to do for so long, and this was a TikTok trend, but ultimately it's actually like a therapy exercise of putting a photo of your childhood self on like your bathroom mirror or somewhere where you'll see it every single day. I can tend to struggle with negative self-talk. I talk about that a lot on my podcast, Pretty Basic. The other one is basically Unfiltered. Go subscribe to both. I talk about that there, but I can be so mean to myself. Like I can be to myself. All my friends will tell you I am so hard on myself. So the whole point of the exercise is that when you're being mean to yourself, you realize that you're also being mean to her, your childhood self. And it obviously makes you be like, I would never say that to a literal 5 or 6 year old. Why would I say that to myself? That's me. So yeah. No negative self-talk. Speaking of verbally express gratitude daily, on the next page right next to that, I have gratitude. Every single day I want to write 3 to 5 things. I've gotten in a good habit of saying it out loud, but I think writing it down and saying it out loud would be really nice. I haven't done mine today, so let's do that. I put creative spark, my viewers, and just growth. Also, some days I just put like my bed. I'm like, oh, I'm so grateful for I'm grateful for sleep. It can be anything. This page is so important to what I'm saying this whole video. If you do one thing out of this entire video, do the gratitude list. The time in my life when I had the best, most insane dream brand opportunities of my life. Also, the time I've made the most money in my life is when I was saying 3 to 5 things every single day I was grateful for, which like, I don't think it's a coincidence. I truly don't think it's a coincidence. I think it has to do with the energy you have of not being so desperate and holding on to things like crazy. I do not think it's a coincidence. So try it and let me know. All right, so I have a few pages for the months for me to write gratitude things. The first tab here, I just divided up with some really cute stickers and stuff. Here's where I have a list of main channel video ideas that I want to do this year, and this is just meant to be a brain dump of like video ideas. And then a few pages over is where I can fully like dive into the outline. Obviously, I have a lot of pages behind that. The next tab, you guessed it, vlog ideas. If I know I'm gonna have a guest stay with me, I can do a vlog about hosting. You know what I mean? Just like different things like that. It just really helps me to get all my ideas out of my head. More blank pages for that. The last tab here is for vertical content and just ideas to film for vertical content. As I mentioned, I have 2 podcasts. I do have a whole separate notebook for podcast stuff that is not as cute as this one, but I figured this would be good just to keep for like me. And then the other notebook I can have for podcast ideas and stuff. That's a little more collaborative anyway though, because obviously it's not like a solo podcast. Present. I don't know. I really like that word. So yeah, comment below your word for the year. And here's to putting ourselves in more uncomfortable situations. I'd like to go to the beach more. Actually, I'd like to take myself on more like solo dates this year. It helps to get out of your head versus just rotting on the couch.